Hi everyone, Niall here. Welcome back to the 8020BIM channel. Today I want to talk to you about Revit plot issues, specifically missing elements or issues with filled regions that have a transparency. You may have noticed previously in your plotting that when you go to print certain things, for some reason elements won't present the way you envisage, or specifically if you have used a filled region over a part of a model geometry and you have assigned a transparency to see the geometry underneath it, you may not be able to see that geometry underneath it, okay? And I just want to talk to you briefly through how to troubleshoot this issue and hopefully resolve it on your side, okay? But as always, I'm Niall, it's 8020BIM. If you like this content, like, comment, subscribe, support the channel, all that good stuff. Head down to the Discord link down below so you can join the community and you can chat to us freely over there. We'd love to have you. And we'll get straight into it. Okay, so let's look at a sample file here very quickly, okay? And you can see that we have this kind of area that's going to be developed, and the pink area is the existing and the blue area is the proposed. Now, I could have controlled this presentation with filters, I could have controlled this presentation with phases, all of that kind of stuff. This is a quick and dirty diagram, and it's constituted of multiple, like say, building size links. So I don't want to go into the process of assigning presentation kind of overrides to various linked models where I could just present it this way for initial approval, okay? So that's all well and good, but when we go into print, and let's say I pick bull zip and I'll select the current window here, okay? On my setup here, you can see it's A1 100%, landscape, vector processing, all that kind of stuff. When I press preview, you can see all the geometry load, but in the background, straight away, you can see that the transparency that we could see in the model environment won't print. We won't see the geometry underneath it, okay? And there's one really obvious solution to this that I've never seen any of the articles online cover for this. And it's got to do with how you've got your view presentation set up. So if I double click into the view on the sheet here, okay, you can see quite simply, this was set to a visual style of wireframe, okay? Don't have your visual style as wireframe in any instance that you need to show a transparency, because Revit cannot compute the, let's say, the doubling of the transparency function. Let's say you've got the wireframe, which innately makes the model geometry transparent, and then you've got the transparency of the layer or the filled region above it. It can't make head or tails of it. So by changing that quite simply to hidden line, and we go back to print, you can still see, we can see the model geometry underneath. But when we preview that, you should see that we can see our model geometry shining through, okay? So that's the number one reason that this will happen, okay? But there are other things you can do in the event that you still have missing elements, let's say on screen, or your transparency isn't plotting, that you can run through from a system side to try kind of fix, let's say, your plot or your publishing functions, okay? So the first thing to do is make sure to you go to your Autodesk desktop app, okay? You open your Autodesk desktop app and you go down to your version, okay? And you make sure you install every version hotfix that's available, okay? So you can see here that I have on a hotfix I still need to install for 2019. I have a hotfix that I still need to install for 2020 and so on, okay? Just make sure that whatever version you're in, all of your various Revit specific updates are installed for your hotfixes for the version. You don't need to install the likes of your BIM operable tools, interoperability tools, or anything like that. They won't affect your plotting, okay? But just your hotfixes. Okay, so that's the first thing to do. After that, I'd like you to go instead to your plot settings, okay? And here we have the plot settings that I originally had been working to, and I want to go to setup, okay? And in your setup dialog, you can see hidden line views here, okay? Remove lines using vector processing or raster processing. If you select raster processing, you're less likely to have the negative interfacing between the transparencies and the geometry, okay? So if you assign raster processing, again, we know that this my current plot is going to work, but this may present better for you or actually show the detail that you're missing once you've assigned the raster processing, okay? This can sometimes have to do with the sheer amount of information on screen. The vector processing, it's like the printer just cannot, it's like the cache of the plot function can't keep up with the sheer amount of line and layered information on top of each other, and you lose the details. So when you rasterize it, it basically flattens the image, so you don't have the capacity to zoom in and out to let's say an infinite line regeneration of the detail. It pixelates, but at least then you get the output that you need for the PDF or your main plotter or what have you. Okay, so that was the third way of trying to resolve this. Going to, I'm just looking at a short list here if you're wondering why I'm looking off to the other side of the screen. We can also change the plot device. So instead of using, let's say I was using bullzip there, I could go and maybe select one of my other, so I got PDF 24, I've got the die roots plotter as well. So you can go, and if you have multiple plot functions, let's say you're trying to print a PDF, make sure you have Bullzip PDF writer, make sure you've got die roots installed or a similar PDF automated output. Make sure you've got QPDF, and that means you can vary the three. If one starts to not function the way you envisage it should function, you can then test against the other, let's say, plotters, let's say, I wouldn't say plotters, but you know what I mean, the PDF writers, so that you can verify whether or not it's a project-specific problem, it's a Revit-specific problem, or it's the printer's specific problem, the PDF writer's problem, okay? Outside of that, make sure that that the printer's drivers are up to date. So if you're using a HP DesignJet or something like that for your plotter, make sure that that's up to date, so that you don't have a senescent or out of date driver, and then you've had a Windows 10 update or something like that in the meantime, and the communication between the two isn't as, let's say, uniform as it historically would have been, and you're getting a bit of let's say, conflicting results. Outside of that, if you go into a lot of these things can be driven by your system specific, let's say your system specific build, particularly your GPU, so your graphics processing unit, your graphics card. And you may want to analyze the graphics card to make sure that it is functioning as it should be for Revit. Okay, so there's a couple of things we can do. First of all, if you go to File under the big Revit button and you go to Options, you can go down to the graphics under User Interface, and you can see that I have a warning here. Okay, and this warning says unknown video card. Okay, now this could report unknown video card. It can report unsupported video card, and there's another thing it can report, untested. That's it, untested. Sorry about the delay there. It can report an untested video card, and they're three variables basically. But what they're saying is that, so an unknown video card means that it doesn't recognize it at the moment with its current driver installation. An unsupported one means that's not on the Autodesk support list basically. And the untested means that it's, Autodesk recognize it, but they haven't tested the most recent driver installed or something like that, okay? But in this dialog here in the options menu, we can do a couple of things. So we could actually turn off, under graphics mode, we can turn off use hardware acceleration, okay? And that means that your view processing will be taken away from the graphics card. It'll go back to your CPU, and that means you remove the potential for the negative interaction of the graphics card with the information processing on screen, and also through to the plot cycle, if that makes sense. And then also I want you to turn off the smooth lines with anti-aliasing, because that increases the amount of information that's going through the exchange when you're plotting out. So it just kind of, it makes it, let's say, a little bit leaner when it's going to print, and you might get more of the detail coming through, okay? So if you turn off those two items, you can press OK. It'll give you this warning, and it'll say only documents that are opened after this change will be able to, let's say, utilize this change. So this file that I have open here won't be able to utilize it, but let's say I open the next file, or I close this file and reopened it, then those hardware, the turning off the hardware acceleration and the anti-aliasing will take place for that model, okay? And again, you go to publish, and hopefully that might resolve it for you. Finally, after all that, and it's still not working, okay, I want to go back to that menu there, and I want to highlight something to you, okay? So you can see that if I go up to the graphics card here, it says unknown video card, but the current machine here that I'm utilizing uses a Quadro P2000 card. Now that's not a particularly fantastic card, but it's a Quadro card that I know to be supported by Autodesk. So what we have here is an inconsistency in the driver versus the Autodesk recognition of the card, if that makes sense. So there's a driver installed on the card that Autodesk doesn't recognize, okay? So the last thing to do, and really the sixth thing to do, and kind of this is the last kind of ditch effort to try resolve this issue for yourself, is to update your graphics drivers. And there's two ways you can do that. So you could go down to your toolbar here, and you can right click, and you can go into your NVIDIA control panel, and don't really want to open this on screen here, but we'll see if it opens for me now, because I haven't opened it ahead of the video to prep. But basically there'll be a prompt at the top of that once you log into your account details on NVIDIA to download the most recent driver, particularly if you're using GeForce Experience. Actually, now that I think about it, it's GeForce Experience. But you can see that we have this here, and this isn't going to actually update the driver for you. You'll actually have to go to the GeForce Experience. My apologies. Okay. So if you have NVIDIA GeForce Experience installed, or alternatively you have the AMD driver pack installed, I can't remember the name of it. You can just automatically download from the graphics card user interface specifically. Okay. Failing that, you can go into your device manager, and you can right-click the graphics card and download most recent or install most recent driver, and Windows will do an automatic search independent of the other criteria. Finally, if you've updated to the most recent graphics driver using GeForce Experience or AMD's variant or whatever, and it's still reporting in the Revit menu as untested or not recognized or unknown or what have you, you can actually go to the Autodesk supported website. Okay, so if you go to this website here, so it's knowledge.autodesk.com/certified graphics hardware, etc., etc., etc. You can pick Revit, and you can see that it'll give you all of this Revit hardware acceleration FAQ. Okay, but what you can do here is it'll go through all of these potentials for you to troubleshoot graphics issues with your card. Okay, so what does the certification mean? First of all, how do you check to see if Revit's using hardware acceleration? We've already covered that. Can I set Revit software applications to use it manually instead of automatically, which you can? So there's the XML file mappings. How do you locate graphics messages that you may not have been aware of and that kind of stuff, okay? But outside of that, somewhere down here, Nope, no, I'm talking through my ear. I'll have to dig out that link for you. There is a list of certified graphics cards and drivers that you can view from Autodesk Online, and I'll get that link and I'll pop it down below for you as well. So that if you've ran through all the other options in the video and you come to this point that it's still not solved, you might be able to go back and kind of, let's say, install the last approved version of a driver from Autodesk for your specific graphics card in your machine. Okay. So that about sums it up. Not a very beautiful or well presented video for you today, I'm afraid, because there's not a lot to present. It's more to troubleshoot and talk you through the processes. I hope that this has at least solved the issue that you came to this video for. If it hasn't, and you're continuing to troubleshoot it yourself independently, please let me know down below in the comments below. Say, look, I tested these things. These weren't actually functionally working for me in this instance or my particular instance, but here is the resolution that you came upon. And then what I will do is I'll create a full breakdown over on the website in 8020bim.com of the troubleshooting steps for this process. And if you include it, then what I will do is I'll add your comment into the included list, and I will actually reference you as the point of the information, let's say, just so you know, just so you're rewarded for your for your efforts. But it'll help other people out, and I'd love to see the engagement. As always, speaking of engagement, head over to Discord community. It's one of the links down below in the description. I'd love to talk to you there. If you're having this problem and you want to bounce ideas about how to fix it, I'll be over there, so make sure to log on. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Support me over on the Buy Me a Coffee page if you wish. And as always, I'm Niall, this is 8020BIM. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you for the next one, and hope you mind yourself out there. Okay, bye-bye.